it seems to be that everything a man does, anything, including the purpose for which you all have gathered here, is done with one primary purpose or objective, is to find happiness. Everything is done for that primary purpose, for sukha prapti, for happiness. So the very purpose of life, the very terminus of life, the very goal of life, the very journey and the end is only for happiness. And in fact, if you were to even look at what is the very end, what is that self-realization, what is that state of moksha, is nothing but magnifying the happiness to the maximum, which is nothing but infinite bliss, infinite peace, infinite happiness. And in fact, the moment we use the word infinite, we are all lost, because even in mathematics, your intellect cannot fathom what infinity is. But you can understand what that is through the very pursuit of life. As I've said, everything we are doing is for happiness. A youngster eagerly wants to have a lady in his life. He wants to marry. He's desperate for marriage. He loves the person, he's fallen in love. He wants that lady in his life. You go and ask him, why do you want to get married? What a question are you asking, sir? Obviously, I believe that I'll be very happy in marriage. You give him that benefit, yes. You go, another person has made up his mind that he wants to move away from the relationship. He wants to break the marriage. You go and ask him, why are you so convinced that you want to break the relationship? Why would he say? What would he say? Sir, my relationship is in hell. What should I tell you? I don't know how to put it across to you, but I am going to hell. And my only solution is I want to break this relationship. So a person wants to get into a relationship for the purpose of happiness. A person wants to break a relationship with the only purpose of happiness. A person enjoys eating. He hogs literally. You ask him, why are you doing it? I feel I enjoy it. I love to eat it. A person goes through fasting. They go through the ritual of fasting. You go and ask, why are you putting yourself through this fast? It gives me happiness. It gives me comfort. It gives me a sense of satisfaction. So you look at life. Someone is chasing money. All through his life they're chasing, acquiring. They're chasing wealth. As a result of which they have amassed wealth. You go and ask that person, you ask the businessman, why are you running this business? Why are you an entrepreneur? Why are you expanding your organization? It gives me great happiness. Another person out there is practicing charity. He's actually giving away all his acquired wealth. You go and ask him, why are you giving away all your wealth? What would he say? For happiness. I ask you all, why do you continue to come back to this classroom? You associate certain happiness with this journey you are in. So, however you look at life, whatever stage of your life, in fact, the various stages of life we all have gone through. What are the stages we have gone through? Your childhood. As a child, you had certain toys that entertained you. I don't know whether your memory can recall the toys which meant the world to you then. Does it strike a thought to you? What is it that meant everything for you? That is everything for you. That toy world is everything. And then you ask that child, why are you holding on to the toy? What would you say? Man, what are you asking? It's everything for me. You grow up from the toys, you pick up stories. You are interested in storytelling, or you need to listen to stories, bedtime stories. If the stories were not told, you wouldn't sleep. So stories meant a lot to you. A stage later, you started reading books. Books meant something to you. Then comes school friends. Friends is everything for you. A phase of life goes through, then you go to a college. That college life is everything for you. You go through the phase of college, you find a lady girl, a lady love. That lady love means everything for you. After a while, marriage is everything for you. After marriage, child is everything for you. I just want to have a child of my own. Fair enough, isn't it? No, I'm not saying anything wrong. You can't complain for a child to be playing with toys, or a teenager playing with teenage stuff, or a married couple to ask for a child. Nor can you complain grandparents asking for grandchildren. Can I? You can't. In fact, today I got a call from my very old student from Malaysia. That's the impact is what these little videos are doing. Should I continue to talk? Because we are trying to capture and actually spread the word. And a student of mine, I have known him over 10 years, and I have lost touch. See, I don't choose to keep in touch. I am approachable. There's no necessity, you know. I'm open book. Anybody can approach me. So when he saw that video, he called me, and the first ring, I was attending to some work, but at the first ring I picked up the call, and in fact he's a Dato. A Dato is actually a title which in Malaysia you're given. It's like a lordship in England. You know, you get a title. He's a very celebrated doctor. So I said, yes, Dato, so nice to hear from you. It's been a long time. I'm speaking as if I have spoken to him last week. Over 10 years I've not spoken to him. Got into a conversation. How are things with you? Oh, everything is fine, sir. Vinayji, how are you? All is well. What's up, doctor? He's a doctor. I'm blessed with 3 grandchildren. Huh? So how many children you have? I have 3 sons. So he's updating me what happened last 10 years. And the first update he's giving me is, I am proud to be a grandfather of 3 grandchildren. Can you complain of his joy? 2 are in Australia, 1 is in UK. They are well settled, sir. Do you travel? And then got into conversation. So if a grandparent doesn't have a grandchild, and I know a few that strike my mind, they're eagerly waiting to have a grandchild to hold that little one in their hand, and to, without that their life is, something is seriously missing in life. 3 years happened, already married, but there is no grandchild. They are happy, you are sulking. They are happily enjoying life. They are traveling the world. They say there is time for that. But the grandparents are in anticipation. They are eagerly awaiting a grandchild. Now I am reminded of the very famous verse of Adi Shankaracharya in the text Bhajagovindam. He says, Balastavat Krida Saktaha Tarunastavat Taruni Saktaha Vruddhastavat Chintasaktaha Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktaha. You know what that means? Shankaracharya is saying, you know about what?
Actually, it's as if he's representative of God. In fact, all gurus are representatives of God. They're connecting you to the higher. That's all their purpose is. There's no other purpose. So what the verse means, as a child, as a bala, you're playing with toys. As a youth, you're carried away with passion. As an old man, you're lost in vriddhastavat chinta saktah. I may not know your age, but the moment you start worrying, I know you're already got old. There is no need to worry. The moment you start worrying, you know you're already gone old. That is the thumb rule of old age. And then he says, Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktaha. Means, is anybody has got time to think of me? Who is complaining? Lord Krishna is saying, Lord Narayana, God is saying, man, all through your life you are engaged with something that fascinated you. As a child, toy fascinated you. As a youth, passion fascinated you. As an old age, your worry consumes you. Nobody seems to have time to think of me. And when you go to a prayer, when you go, as we discussed last week, when you go to a prayer hall, what are you asking? Oh Lord, please think of this little demand of mine. Looks like you have forgotten me. I know your clientele is big. Database is large. But I am a very sincere devotee. Please consider my request. You are complaining that God is not thinking of you. God is complaining nobody is thinking of me. What is going on? Something is not right here. Correct, huh? So with all that experience we have, with all the journey we all have taken, have we found that the very purpose we all are driven, as I've said, we are all driven to find happiness, but have we all got to that happiness? Have we all, can we claim to be happy, contented, satisfied, at peace, at rest? Can we claim so? Yes sir, appdi solreenga. Romba disappointed ga irukku, very very disappointing. There are moments where we get disturbed. Why is it? Why is it that in spite of our best efforts to find happiness, there are moments where we are blown away, there are moments where we feel elated, but yet we can't claim ourselves to be peaceful and happy? What is the fundamental reason? It is not a phenomenon happening in this part of the world. It's not a phenomenon happening to a bunch of us or a few sect of people. It is not classified by caste. It is not limited to religion. It is not limited to a region. It is a global phenomenon. It is a sad state of reality today. In spite of your best efforts, you want to be happy. Nobody is happy. I'm not saying, in fact, I see you all smiling. I'm not saying you all are miserable. Please don't get me wrong. If you all are, as if we all are sitting for a funeral, then I can understand something drastically is not right. We all need to be a little sorry for what is happening, so let's keep some silence. I can understand if that's the case. No, I see you all very happy and smiling. But yet, by your own confession, you say there is no happiness. I'm not able to hold on to that happiness. I'm not able to retain it. I'm not able to revel in that peace or happiness which I have gathered it. What is that fundamental lacuna? What is that fundamental drawback in our approach? We have addressed this concept, but the need is to remind ourselves. What is the reason? Sorry, sir? Karma. Don't blame on karma, sir. If you say so, I will not disagree. Who am I to disagree with anyone? No, you have a point. When you say it is karma, no doubt. But, sir, what Vedanta says is, please take it for your consideration. Think about it. It says, when you say karma, we are talking about the past.
Related to the current life.
Look, I'm holding on to current life. I don't know who Sudarshan was previous Janma. I'm only talking to Sudarshan this Janma. Yes, sir. Why will I be interested what were you previous Janma? I wouldn't know. Nor should I be concerned, because there's so much of correction now. There's so much that needs to be done now. I can't rewrite my past. Past is dead, as they say. But when you talk of karma, we're talking of this movement backwards. Or past means this movement backwards. They say when you're talking about the past, you are a pessimist. When you're thinking about the future, you're an optimist. And a human being, that is all of us, have the capacity to rewrite our history. There's a beautiful saying, every saint had a past, every sinner has a future. So what are we talking about? Does it really matter what my past was? Every sinner has a future. Every saint had a past. And the Gita says the worst of sinners can attain moksha. We have a fair chance, a great chance, because we don't belong to that category. So it is not to think of what has been done, it is the question of what needs to be done. What is it that needs to be done? And then the need of the hour is to realize where I stand. Where I stand is, in spite of my best efforts, I seem to realize I have not got the very fundamental purpose of why I am striving and acting. I am striving, I am functioning. As I said, everything that you do is to find happiness, and yet I have not got that happiness. I have not found that. Why? Why is it that way? There's something not right in our approach to life. Why is it? Yes, I know you're desperately waiting to answer. Solungamma. Sorry? Expectations. Now, if I were to ask you, is it wrong to expect? Now, let me complete my question. Is this your second session here? Okay. You had an experience last week. You did not know what to expect last week. Can I say that? You don't know who this person is. You had an invitation, you honored that invitation, you were here. Having come here, having enjoyed, you have come back. What's the reason? When you come, don't you carry a certain expectation? Okay, I know this person, I know his caliber, I know his presentation, his style, I know the content. So when you come, you expect to at least meet that expectation, if not surpass it. Even if for some reason I'm not at my best today, you will understand. There may be reasons why he's not his best self, or what I've known him. But you come with an expectation, isn't it? So, it is not wrong to have an expectation. But it is not certainly acceptable to be unreasonable in your expectation. There you go wrong. There we go wrong. You go wrong in life when you don't assess the people, you don't assess the situations, and you don't expect the right thing that it needs to be expected from them. And in that lack or wrong assessment, you made the mistake, you made the blunder. And then you complain that my expectations are not met. It is not that your expectations are not met. In fact, the world has been very fair in offering what it has to offer. Isn't it wrong to say the summer will be hot? Isn't it wrong to expect in the monsoon our roads will get damaged? Why are you complaining? Why would you complain when it is wet? When it is wet, you want it to be dry. When it is hot, you want it to be cold. When it is cold, you want it to be warm. What are you expecting with life? If you take life as it presents, you will enjoy all that is presented as it is. Because the beauty and joy of life is to take what is offered. As a bhakta receives everything as a prasad, isn't it? I remember as a kid, this thought was put into me. Whenever you go to a temple, the prasad is given, and I used to look forward for the pulihodara. The pulihodara will come, and invariably in the pulihodara there will be very big red chilies. So whenever there is food prepared in the house, the lady in the house prepares the food, but when it is served, the chilies are absent in the dish. So she takes out, because I don't prefer anything spicy. I don't eat. Sattvic food is non-spicy. So I prefer that way. But you can't complain in the prasadam. You can't go to Pujari and say, why is the chili there? And I used to remove the chili and throw it away. And I remember I was educated that also is prasad. Isn't that? That also was offered to the Lord. How can you be choosy what to take in the prasad? So a bhakta, the attitude of a devotee is, whatever comes in life, it's his prasad. If I'm going through a bad phase in life, it is his grace. Maybe there's a reason, there's a lesson that needs to be told to me. Maybe it's making me stronger person to face the future eventualities of life. Now I don't know what they are, but I don't know the reason why it is, but it might be his prasad. I can't question it, because even if I were to question, I may not understand all the reason why it is. So it is not wrong to expect, but it is wrong not to be aligned to the world around you. It is wrong to have wrong expectations. In fact, if you don't have expectation, you can't live life. I will go to that extent. You have. But then you have to accept your garment, you have to accept your neighbor, you have to accept your partner, you have to accept your child, you have to accept your abilities. Then don't expect anything other than what it is. You see? There comes a problem. You live 6 months abroad and you come back and you complain of what your country is not offering to you. No. You go there, you enjoy what is to be offered, you come back here, there's good and bad in every situation, in every country. Every place has something to offer. What am I complaining? Remember, when I talk of complaint, I'm often reminded of this quote. I complained I had no shoes. I complained that I had no shoes until I met a man who had no feet. So what am I complaining? What are your complaints, my dear? Okay, if I were to, I wouldn't want to, but if I were to be in a situation where I'm counseling someone and somebody comes with a concern or a problem to me, I would just tell them, you have to take it as it comes. But you're complaining, whenever we compare, we never compare ourselves with people who are less fortunate than us. We never do that. And there you have lost your happiness. I only have a mobile which is 15,000. That my friend has got a mobile which is 40,000. It has got lot more features. It has got lot more things you could do. I wish I get that. I'll be happy. Fair enough. Get that. But will you be happy with that? Yeah, assured solringa. How are you so assured?
So the comparison goes to another person again.
Sorry?
The comparison goes to another person again.
Another thing.
So it is a vicious circle.
Another thing. Another person, another thing. I'm referring to an example. More features. More features. Unending, unending. A person, a very, very wealthy businessman was at a restaurant, and he ordered a meal, and there was a delegated a specific waiter. He said, I'll take care of you, sir. You will be our guests. I'll take care of you. Please feel free to tell me whatever you want. And the lovely restaurant, a great ambience. They were enjoying the meal. But the fellow, the businessman, young guy, he was very envious at the waiter. It didn't make sense. Man, you are a businessman. You are a wealthy fellow. You can buy that property. And that guy is a waiter. So what is a waiter? And he's envious at a waiter? I'm thinking over it, I'm laughing. When he was asked, why are you envious? Look at his hair. Look at his hair. Because our friend was completely bald. He had everything under the sun. He drives a sports car. He has a flourishing business. He can go where he wants. The world can take him. In fact, the money can take him to the whatever corner of the world. But he's envious at a waiter. Look at his hair. That's life for you. There's nothing there out that can make you happy and contented. So the basic reason why we all are where we are, the fundamental reason is because somewhere we all firmly believe, and I can't change that belief system of yours. Impossible to rewrite that permanent software, unwritable. You can't delete it also. You will have to destroy it. Sorry to say. What is that belief system? The firm belief system we all are in is that something out there, something outside, by fixing something outside, we all believe everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be okay with life. We all believe that by fixing something externally, my life will be fine. And as long as this belief is firmly rooted in you, you will be where you are. It's like running on a treadmill. I am half an hour, I'm jogging, sweating profusely. I have not gone anywhere. Same place I am. No, the meter will say you have jogged 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, you have burned so many calories. But how far have I reached? Same place. Because you are on a treadmill, the floor is moving. Similarly, life is moving. But as long as you don't change that approach to life, you remain where you are. A serious problem. So in many ways, most, if not all our lives are actually mortgaged to external things and beings. We all have mortgaged our lives. Mortgage enna sir adu? Stock ella anga irukku. Mortgage means you have sold your surrender illa. Surrender is a very refined word for this concept. Don't please annoy me, please. Right word, wrong place you are solunga. ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. I'm controlling my temper. Surrender illa sir. Surrender is in a positive context. Inge mortgage is not surrender. Adamala means you are a slave. Slave means you are dependent on it. Your house is mortgaged, your vehicle is mortgaged, your sofa is mortgaged, television is mortgaged. You don't pay, that fellow will come and take sofa while you're sitting on it. Hey, sofa kudupa, he'll take it out. Nothing is of your own. Solunga sir. It is a banker speaking. சொல்லுங்க பேங்கர் லாங்குவேஜ் சொல்லுங்க. ஏன் இந்த மாதிரி சொல்ல மாட்டீங்க? See, there are few bankers in the classroom. They all will come against me because how will our business survive without the mortgage? You are dependent, pledged. You are pledged. No, philosophically you are a slave to it. You know, there is a program, I've seen it many times. I don't know it's coming now or not. Now, there are people who actually go bankrupt. They go bust. They don't know how to they are completely in gutters in terms of the finances. So the people come to actually help them to manage their finances. And it's all captured so that you and I can get educated. And the first thing they do, you know, what is it they do? You know, what's the first thing they do? So banker, solunga. First thing they do is they take over all their credit cards. And they invariably have 10 credit cards with them. So you pay credit card 1 bill with credit card 2 bill, you pay credit card 2 bill with the third card with the fourth card with the seventh card comes, first card, take that. Ipdi dhaan nadukkuradhu juggling. It come to a time where they don't know how to handle it. So first thing, they consolidate all the cards and they make one card. And then they put them through a conscious restraint. They educate you, you can continue to live without it. Your life doesn't come to an end if you don't have that, man. Please understand. You know, do you know psychology? The fact and the truth is, most of the shopping is impulsive shopping. 99%. Should I say, sir? So I am going to tell. Including the projection clock. Correct, Amma? Correct? Agree with me? No, I am not going to listen to you. I am talking to her. Please, correct? I don't want to listen to you. No permission granted. No. That is what I am telling. Exactly I am saying. Our friend met me other day in the electrical shop. He came with the projection clock. You know what's the projection clock? Actually, the time is actually projected onto the ceiling. I'm planting new desire in you all. You have come here to drop few, I'm planting few more. It is a valuable gadget to have. Actually, when you're midnight, you know what you want to know what's the time. You don't have to press the snooze button. You don't have to go to that timepiece. It's all the time there, 24 hours projecting. Promoting Amazon. Promote pannunga. Enga nadukkurudhu? What is going on here? Gita class is not going on. Ellame nadukkurudhu inga. Yes, sir. Please change the publicity. You will get everything other than Gita. You will have more audience. 3-digit, correct. You buy in bulk, it will become 2-digit. Next marketing pannunga adu. So I knew a student of mine, she used to say, I go shopping whenever I have an argument with my husband. Whenever I have an argument with him, the next thing I take a car, I go out, I go berserk shopping. That's an avenue just to let go your vent. Whatever be it. As long as you believe firmly that by setting the world outside, you will be happy, you will be where you are. There's a very often quoted story, you might have heard it, but I'm mentioning it for what it's worth. There was a very elderly lady with a walking stick, maybe she's in her late 80s. With a walking stick, she was actually trying to search for something. And she was actually under a street light. She was searching for something. A passerby saw that lady at that late hour searching for something. He started helping her. Another person crossed. He also assisted. After a few minutes, as it happens in India, a group gathered for no reason. One fellow starts watching. You go and try this out. You start standing and stand on the street side, start watching something. Another fellow comes, he also will join you. Another fellow will join you. After a while, nobody will know what they are watching, but they will be watching. So that same thing happened. Everybody started searching. Until the last fellow who started search, was a little sensible fellow. He asked, hey, what are you searching? I don't know. He nudged that fellow. What are you searching? And the chain brought back to the old lady. Actually, she was searching, and then we just started helping her, and ended up we all searching. Then they went and asked, well, what are you searching? She said, I lost my needle. I'm a poor lady. I lost my needle. It's the only thing I have to stitch my torn clothes, so I desperately need it. I can't even afford to buy a needle. Oh, so sorry. But ma'am, where have you lost it? Because the 10 of us searching, where did you lose it? She said, I actually lost it in my hut. She said, I lost it in my hut. Huh? For a moment, they didn't understand. What are you saying? You lost it in your hut? Then why are you searching here? No, there is no light there. There is enough light here, therefore I'm searching here. That was her answer. And that highlights the absurdity of mankind. The folly of our actions. The word Krishna, what does it mean? Krishna means black, dark, unknown. Krishna represents the consciousness, the godhood, the divinity, the reality that is within us. And it is dark. You do not know it. Just because you do not know it, you know what it is, and yet the world out there is very appealing. The world is very attractive. You are drawn to something which is appealing to you. You're making the same mistake of that old lady searching for needle under the street light, having lost the needle in the hut. Just because it's dark, you don't know. So we are all in ignorance. We are searching for happiness where we think it is. An experience has not taught you a lesson to tell you it is not there. Because if you have got it there, if it is there, we all should be reveling in that peace and bliss, isn't it? It's not so. You all have confessed, it's not so. There's still moments where you feel yourself depressed. We analyzed last week what's the cause of depression. That's the reason, sir. Ninga temple tour போயிட்டு வந்தீங்க. ஒரு ஷார்ட்டா ஒரு பரவாயில்ல. In fact, you endorse what I'm saying. Any Orthodox temple, you all should know it. I don't know whether you have observed it. Any Orthodox traditional temple, the temple is well lit except the sanctum sanctorum. There's only the lamp at the feet of the Lord. The deepam irukungla, adu deepam light da. Traditional temple, there is no